The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by ENO, Empowerment Networking Organization.
To have a successful business, you need to connect with other businesses, and the Empowerment Network Organization Expo is a place to meet and connect. And join me as Phil and Mike, the founders of ENO, to tell us about this expo, but also how important it is what you guys do to empower businesses to thrive. That's the big part with everything you guys do, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about the expo. This is something that's very important for Business Connect, as I said, to be successful.
Yeah, here, look, at the end of the day, any business, 90% of whatever business that they're doing is marketing. It's marketing, marketing, marketing. 10% is them doing their natural gift that they're just no effort required, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. However, it's getting out there and getting the exposure that you need, right?
Yeah, and that's why this expo is really important, as you got a great story about businesses connecting to businesses.
Yeah, so this is actually our fourth expo since the pandemic. And what we've noticed, and I always ask people, if you go to an expo and there's 20 or 30 vendors there, how long do you typically stay? And most people will say, somewhere around an hour, hour and a half, right? They run around, they hit the booths that they want, make a few connections, and then they're out the door. What we've noticed, Brad, in the ones that we've done, is that the average attendee is there for 4.5 hours. And why that's important is our vendors have told us that the people are stopping by their booth 2, 3, and 4 times. And so what happens then is if Brad stops by my booth 3 or 4 times and I go to call him 5 or 6 days later to follow up, because that's why you do a booth, right? Yeah. Capture people to, be able to move your product to or whatever it is you're selling. If I call Brad 4 or 5 days later and he stopped by my booth 3 or 4 times, you're not really a cold contact anymore, are you?
Right.
We've got a little bit of a base of a relationship.
Yeah.
Business is getting done there. Business is getting done faster after the expo than if somebody just shows up at your booth once.
And what's important about this expo is that it's also the reverse, where people are going to learn about businesses. They're going to meet business along with the vendors. So that's what keeps it going. As we talk about marketing, when you go to these expos, you're going to learn a lot about different marketings that you might not realize. I mean, we know a lot of these companies might be brick and mortar. They might be online, so they think, oh, everything's fine. But coming to this and getting in front of someone who you probably wouldn't see in person because you're online is the way to do it. Am I right?
The personal connections, when business owners get together, that's when the magic happens. Yeah. When it's face to face, it kind of goes back to the old handshake days, right? We can have a conversation. Now all of a sudden the relationship's a little bit stronger than computer screen to computer screen. Yeah. And I think that's what we've been missing since the pandemic, is that personal connection with business owners.
Yeah.
So.
And there's an energy that feeds off of that when you're in person that you just cannot get when you're online.
So, all right, then let's talk about the expo happening May 9th. Tell me a little about what people can expect.
So doors will open to the public at 9:30, go till 3:30. We'll have about 30 vendors at the show from all different aspects of business. We've got Google people there, we've got a coach there, we've got insurance people, all kinds of stuff. Attendance will be between 250 and 300 people that'll come through. It's at the Franciscan Renewal Center, just on 58th Street in Lincoln. It's a beautiful facility.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have 2 food trucks out in the parking lot so people can sneak away and go grab a quick bite for food, come back in and network. And the networking that happens when the attendees just begin to connect with each other is really powerful as well.
Okay, do I have to have a business? If I'm thinking about starting a business, can I come?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's a free event for attendance.
And that's what's important there. So you got all your vendors and everybody, and that's why people can buy. Also, too, when it's done, you guys aren't done. You're still there for a lot of those businesses that are your vendors and also that have come through. Am I right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do a mixer that evening about 5 miles away at Bobo's on Talking Stick and the 101 from 4:30 to 7:30. There'll be a mixer. So, the vendors want to get out and, connect afterwards because they've been stuck at their booth all day long and having great conversations. But we'll do a mixer afterwards, and that's open to everybody that comes as well.
I like it. There it is. So, all right. Thank you very much. Again, it is May 9th. It's the ENO's Empowerment Expo. Information is right there on the screen, or you can head over to cw7az.com to find out more.